Gentlemen, across that field are those British dogs and the German stooges who will take everything you hold dear. Will you let them take your honor, your freedom, your lives? No! That's what I thought. Now I'm just going to have a little look-see and see how many there are. Ah! Oh, fart. Yeah, so Gilbert, Daddy had a little accident on the battlefield and he won't be coming home. And I guess that now makes you the new Marquis de Lafayette.
I'm the Marquis de Lafayette? I'm the Marquis de Lafayette.
Yep, all of this is yours.
Can I read this box?
Sure. Marie-Joseph Paul Evero Gilbert de Mortier Marquis de Lafayette, or Gilbert to his friends. Born into a centuries-old French noble family, an odd thing happened while he was growing up. All of his immediate and extended family members seemed to die. Not saying he had anything to do with it, just saying that you may not want to attend a young Lafayette's tea party. So by age 12, he was an orphan, but also incredibly rich. Enter Jean de Noailles, patriarch of one of France's wealthiest families, and desperate to arrange marriages for his 5 daughters. See, they're great together. I don't know. Listen, we already pawned our oldest off to a royal, and this kid, he's a stinking rich orphan. Just think of how much we'll save on the dowry. Yeah, but... But what? But she's 12 and he's 14. Don't you think that's a little too Chris Hansen-y? If we're gonna arrange this marriage, we won't tell them for 2 years, okay? The whole thing feels creepy enough already. All right, fine. Now excuse me a minute. Yeah, Jacques, old lady ain't feeling this. You best cancel the rest of our appointments for the day. So, unaware of his impending nuptials, Lafayette was sent to live in one of Noailles' many houses in Versailles, where he struggled to fit in with the Parisian aristocratic lifestyle. Even newly crowned teen queen Marie Antoinette noticed his awkwardness. Lafayette, you're so provincial. I bet your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. My mother and father are dead, your majesty. Ugh, bring down the whole room, why don't you? Lafayette would marry Adrienne at age 16, and his new father-in-law got him a cushy commission as a captain in the Noailles Dragoons. But to most of French noble society, he was just a weird orphaned millionaire. And what do weird orphaned millionaires do? They become Batman. But who would Lafayette become Batman against? Through the Dragoons, Lafayette met Commander Charles-François de Broglie, former member of the King's Secret Service. And de Broglie invited Lafayette to become a Freemason and attend their secret meetings, talk Enlightenment theory, and engage in clandestine games. So old men have the natural right to property? That is, unless you accept the social contract as a necessary condition for those rights. Will you guys shut up and open the door? Ha ha! You got the dud! Hey, he looks just like you, Poindexter! Lafayette now had that Enlightenment spirit and was ready to rage against the machine. But which machine? He found his target during a dinner party at de Broglie's that included a very special guest. So, Duke of Gloucester, what's your brother like? Who, King George III? He's gonna run England straight into the ground. And the colonies, well, I'm sure you've heard about Lexington and Concord. He's always been a cock-up. And I'll tell you what, he went to bed. Well, we all used to have our accidents. Used to? This was last week. So Lafayette was now filled with progressive ideas and admiration for the American cause. Still, he would need one more thing to persuade him to go fight someone else's war. Minister Comte de Saint-Germain. Marquis de Lafayette. Just so you know, I'm reforming the French military and eliminating nepotistic officer commissions, so, you're fired. Yeah, that would do it. But how would Lafayette arrange to fight for American freedom? Enter Silas Deane. On the surface, this American diplomat was just visiting France, but on the sly, he was tasked with finding 4 military engineers and securing some much-needed supplies. And in actuality, he, with the help of Baron Johann de Cobb, were recruiting pretty much every officer they could find. I fought in the French and Indian War. Hey, water under the bridge. Here's a commission. I was a lieutenant in the Great Crunchberry War. Well, you're a captain now, and you, what's your story? Well, I'm only 19. A little young, and I don't actually have any combat experience. You're not giving me much to work with here, kid. But I am stupid rich, so I wouldn't need the salary. Fantastic! How's Major General Lafayette sound to you? But fearing that it might lead to war, Saint-Germain forbid all French officers from joining the American fight, squashing Lafayette's dream of gaining military fame for an enlightened cause. Gilbert, are you okay? It's just like I feel I'm wasting away on France. I have nothing. You realize I just had a daughter. You don't understand. Nobody does. Where is he? You, Lafayette, what are you trying to do? Start another war with Britain and get my head on a pike with King Louis? Get this stupid American independence thing out of your head. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Of course I'm not. What do I look like? A decomposed corpse? Now listen, I've arranged a vacation for you in London to clear your mind. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Dear, you're staying here. How's a man supposed to clear his mind with a crying baby around? I'm not going. Yes, you are, and you're gonna like it. Lafayette reluctantly went to London. While there, he ran into the British General Henry Clinton and was even presented to King George III. The Marquis de Lafayette. Your Majesty? Why are you laughing, Lafayette? Did my brother tell you something? No, Your Majesty. But Lafayette did have a secret. See, a royal decree had forbidden French ships from providing passage for French officers to the American colonies. But Lafayette had discovered an ingenious workaround. What if I just buy the freaking ship? And while in London, Lafayette received word that his newly purchased ship, La Victorie, was ready to sail. He was so excited that he even skipped out on a ball in his honor. Traveling with DeKalb, he would have to lay low on his journey to meet the ship in Bordeaux. This is so exciting, DeKalb. We're finally doing it!
Dude, be quiet. We can't get caught. King Louis issued another proclamation forbidding French soldiers from joining, and this one says, I quote, "Notably Monsieur le Marquis de Lafayette."
Well, that presents a bit of a problem. I kind of didn't tell Audrienne that I'm going. How will I get word to her?
Don't worry, I know how you can send this information without anyone intercepting it.
Really? How?
You could use a VPN.
Where is the VPN sponsor? Yeah, we're not sponsored by any VPN. What? Everyone gets sponsored by a VPN. What kind of channel is this? Apparently not one big enough to be sponsored. Ugh, that's pretty sad. Yeah. Oh well, let's just go to America, I guess. After a 2-month voyage in which Lafayette alternated between teaching himself English and becoming violently seasick, he arrived off the coast of South Carolina. Here we are, DeKalb, in America! Now, how do we get to Charleston so we can begin the fight for liberty and freedom?
Beats me. We should probably ask those slaves.
Oh, this is a confusing start to our fight for liberty and freedom. In order to avoid British blockades, Lafayette decided to go overland from Charleston to the continental capital of Philadelphia. He bid adieu to La Victorie, and it promptly crashed into a sandbar and sank.
You did remember to get insurance on that, right?
What is insurance? They set off by carriage, then by horseback, and finally by foot. They eventually arrived in Philly looking rode hard and put away wet, and their reception was less than welcoming. DeKalb, are you sure this is the right place? I better knock, I suppose. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Goodness gracious, moi! Gilbert, remember your English lessons. Marquis de Lafayette, Forza, Fighter, Patriot Cause? I don't think they're going to let us in. And at first, they weren't. The Continental fight brought in a swarm of deadbeat French officers from Europe and the Caribbean, made worse by Silas Deane rubber stamping everyone he could find. A special committee had to be created to evaluate these French officers. He's from one of the most powerful families in France. That's got to count for something. Yeah, well, he's also got 0 experience, and well, I have skid marks older than him. Tell me, boy, what's so special about you? Again, I'm rich. By eschewing any paycheck, Lafayette officially became a major general in the Continental Army. He did have one condition, though. Tales of George Washington's leadership and bravery had already crossed the Atlantic, and he would only serve under the general. When Lafayette finally met Washington, he was completely enamored. What's your name, Major General? Kid, you been kicked in the head or something? Oh, so sorry, General Luffington. I am the Marquis de Washington. Good God, son. Alex, take care of this guy, would you? That was General Washington. Oh, wow. And who are you? Who am I?
Yo, I'm the bastard son from the Caribbean, but I'm the last to run when you hear the cannon. Fools fleeing, but they see me standing in my position. They be like, who was that? And I say, Alexander Hamilton.
What the hell was that? Oh, that? That's my rap. I'm trying out this thing where I just kind of rap everything. People love it. They do? Oh yeah, all these guys love it when I rap. Really? Let me ask you a question. Do people that normally like a rap like your raps? Don't worry about it. Very pleased to meet you. There was little time for pleasantries. A large detachment of British troops and ships under General William Howe had vanished from their stronghold in New York City and had just popped up in the Chesapeake Bay. Should we prepare to withstand a siege of Philadelphia? Yeah, with what supplies? We either stop them in their tracks or we abandon the city altogether. Our best shot's gonna be here at Brandywine Creek. That's where we make our stand. Let's go. Hey, what about Lafayette? Wait, his commission's real? I thought he was a Make-A-Wish kid or something. Ah, jeez. Okay, follow me, Major General, and try not to get yourself killed. On September 11th, 1777, the two sides met at Brandywine Creek. True to form, Washington's forces were soon surrounded by British regulars and their Hessian mercenaries. I thought you said the second column was just a diversion. We thought it was, but it turns out... As it turns out, we're about to be outflanked, and those men are about to be torn to shreds. Lafayette saw his chance. General Washington, permission to join the fight. Approved. They need all the help they can get. Hold on, wait a minute, was that French kid? Lafayette, get back here! But Lafayette was already gone, riding off to glory. He found the Continental forces scattered and afraid. Gentlemen, get yourselves together! Fix bayonets and prepare for the enemy! Across that field are those British dogs and their German stooges who would take everything you hold dear! Will you let them take your honor, your freedom, your lives? No! For liberty!
Hamilton.
Alex, what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying another new thing where I just yodel everything.
Oh God, Alex, if you want to be productive, why don't you watch another Drawn a History video or like and comment on this one? You could always buy a Right Side of History shirt, the link's down in the description. Or you could support the channel by becoming a Patreon patron like these all-stars down here.
Or I could just say everything using Tibetan throat singing.
Where's Aaron Burr when you need him?